At age 13, her story is like no other.
Why in the Ivory Coast, my mom was sick, so that means I have to become a mother at a
very young age. You won't believe what this young girl will do for her family's survivor during Liberia's brutal civil war.
So I will get up in the morning, and early morning I will go on the road to look for cassava, corn, wood, whatever that I can sell to make money. And then I'll come back, go to school, walk from school back home, make sure my siblings and my mom are taken care of.
But the love for music and hard work will change her story. Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Tommy and thanks for clicking. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to become part of this growing audience. Please also like and share my videos. Thank you. Today I have the privilege to speak with one of Liberia's admired singers, Miss Menneh. She's telling me here about her story that will inspire not just adults, but young girls in our challenging world today. So let's get started. Hello. My name is Tommy. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Miss Menneh.
Ms. Menneh,
yes.
You're a Liberian singer. Congratulations on your achievements.
Thank you.
And then again, I want to say thank you for giving me the audience to be able to have an interview with you so that my audience can see you and know you. Maybe many of them may have known you already, but it's important that I do this so that others that don't know you will get to know you.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, you're welcome, and I'm glad that you invited me for the interview.
Great. Okay. So, Ms. Menneh, who is Ms. Menneh? Tell me about you, where you come from.
Well, Ms. Menneh is a Liberian girl who believes in showcasing the Liberian culture and tradition to the rest of the world through music and fashion. She's also an entrepreneur and a humanitarian.
Great. You are from Liberia, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Great. I know you just kind of said it, but who was Ms. Menneh in Liberia, your upbringing? Tell me just a little bit of the struggle that you went through to be where you are today.
Well, I grew up during the war, of course, and music had always been that safe place for me. My childhood life wasn't easy because, of course, for those of us that grew up during the war, I don't need to say much about it. But through it all, I found music. I was able to go to music, express myself. I've never been somebody with many words. So music is how I express myself, and it's like that peaceful place for me. So yeah, music, I do it especially now because knowing that I grew up during the war, and a lot of us, that people like around my age range, we were children, some of us left the country, and we are now parents. Imagine if we don't know the culture, our kids don't know anything about it. Right. And I just always love and appreciate the Liberian culture, like you know.
Right.
So I just want to continue to do that. Yes.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it any better. I mean, it's for real that we have to promote our own culture. And it seems as if our culture is fading away somehow.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are in the business of promoting our culture, I think it's commendable. Many of the people I interview, they always tell me about their struggles and the kind of difficulties that they went through to be where they are today. It's an interesting phenomenon that I would like to capture.
You really want to know.
So tell me, Ms. Menneh.
Okay, I guess I was trying to skip the question, not escape it, but just really don't go through it. But
okay.
If you know that would interest you.
The reason is, Ms. Menneh, is that because it serves to motivate young people, young girls. So since you are a female, young ladies that are out there who think that life is done with them. Yeah. So by then hearing your story and seeing you here today, will motivate them. That's the essence of the question.
Okay, question. Yeah. I do not mind at all because I like to tell my story so that others can be inspired by it.
There you go.
Most of the time you will hear me interview try to escape it is because I just don't like self-pity. Because sometimes when you tell stories like that, it's almost like you kind of feeling bad for yourself. But that's really not what it is. So anyways, as a child, you know, I was raised during the war. My mom and I was able to go to the Ivory Coast. I was the oldest of 4 children. I mean, like very young, because I was young. I was about 13, 14 years old. While in the Ivory Coast, you know, my mom was sick, so that means I have to become a mother at a very young age. So I will get up in the morning, and early morning I would go on the road to look for cassava, corn, wood, whatever that I can sell to make money. And then I'll come back, go to school, walk from school back home, make sure my siblings and my mom are taken care of. So we went through that for some time, and it wasn't easy because as a 13, 14-year-old child, you're just a child, but now you are in a place where you have to take care of family. Most family in the Ivory Coast had somebody here. We did not, so you can only imagine.
You mean here in the United States? In the
United States, that would support them, you know, monthly. And it wasn't like that, but thank goodness though, me growing up, I always been that ambitious person, so I always want to do something to either make money. So I already had that mindset at that young age, so I did not mind going to fresh wood to sell. And I tell young people in Liberia, like when I speak to someone, then they will go, there's no opportunity in the country. For me, I always say there is an opportunity around you, regardless of your situation. There's always some kind of opportunity. So in that instant, I felt like just me being able to even go to the butchers and fresh wood, that was an opportunity for me. Get what I'm saying? Because I was able to sell that and buy food for me and my siblings. So when you are in a situation, it's never going to stay the same. So just always find the positive in it, and that's what I did as a child and up to this day. So I went through all of that, and through it all, I will always do music. And that's why I tell people, like, music formed me, because even though I was going through struggle in the Ivory Coast, because of the struggle, I was raped because my mom was sick, my siblings there, somebody I thought was a friend had set me up with their uncle, and I got raped, but I couldn't even tell anybody at the time. So it was a struggle.
Wow.
You know, the Pele people have a saying that says, when you're telling a story, it's not as heavy like the actual happening. And it's they say, so that's what that means. And I'm not good at storytelling anyway. Right. So, but it was hard, and I know a lot of young people, like I said, that was raised during the war went through similar experience, but it wasn't the end of the world. So young people in Liberia right now that complain, sometimes I just want to take them back to see the life that we had to go through.
Yes, yes.
You know, we had to go through to be here. Things don't happen overnight. If you want something, you have to go for it. You have to keep pushing through. So yeah, that's the biggest part of my story. There's a lot more to it. When we came back to Liberia, I decided to pursue music. And I remember going to the studio to say Tikwa, and I didn't have enough money. And of course, in the industry, as a young girl, if you don't have money to sponsor yourself, the stakeholders want you to offer your body for in exchange of that. And that's one thing I told myself, that I will work hard. I've been through it all already. So I would never, in this industry, if I would not make it to the top because of that, I'm fine with that. That I will work hard, make money, and sponsor my career.
Let those that have ears hear, because this is very vital to the kind of life that exists today.
Yeah.
That girls cannot get their way through when without, you know, giving that sort of favor to those stakeholders that you refer to. And that is unfortunate, however, you know, that the girl child has to go through that. However, continue.
Yeah, so, you know, I vowed to myself that, and I can stand tall with my chest up, that everything I've earned up to this point, I work day and night, tirelessly. I work hard behind the scenes. You know, I work. Sometimes I cry, sometimes I don't sleep, but I do it because, once again, I love my country, I love the culture, and I hope that the little bit I'm doing will be able to live on, you know, for a generation to come to see. And that's why I do it. Sometimes I sit back and ask myself, why am I doing this? But that's my why, you know.
This is sort of a calling.
Yeah.
More or less.
And I just, music chose me, because people be like, when sometimes people meet me with all the work I've done, they're like, why are you so you? I'm like, I didn't do music to gain fame, to gain fame or whatever. I did music because music is a part of me. Music is who I am.
Music is sort of a therapy for you.
For me. So I don't do it because I want attention. It just happened to be that attention come with what I do. And I don't ever look at somebody differently because they choose a different career path. I feel like we all are the same. We all just choose different career paths. Mine just having to be, I have to be in front of the camera, I have to be in the spotlight. That don't make me better than anybody else, you know.
Great.
So,
fast forward, you've left Liberia, now you reside in the United States, is that correct?
Yes.
And we are in Minnesota, and this is where you live?
Yeah, I own a home here, so I'm here most of the time.
You're here, okay, most of the time, I see that you're a very busy person, and for you to take this time to even come to see me and have this interview, I'm grateful. I must register that.
Well, I'm humble and glad that I'm here too.
Oh, great. So you are now in the United States. I know how things are in this country. You have work, then you have the music ministry. Who are the people that are around you that are giving you the kind of help that you need, because one person cannot do it alone.
Exactly. So I'm this person where I always believe in the saying that my father would tell me, if you want something done, you have to do it yourself. And
I want you to say that again, what your father told you, please.
Yeah, if you want something done, you have to get up and do it.
And do it.
So I believe in that. So yes, I have people around me. I have like my sister Miata Dakina, who, you know, she sometimes travel with me. She's kind of like a Miss Menneh blogger. She, you know, share everything we do. And she also advised me behind the scenes. Then I have my manager. He do, you know, behind the scenes, like some paperwork and things like that, bookings and things like that. But when it comes to actual work, because I believe in things being done a certain way, I do most of my work. Because and that's the thing too, most of the young artists now in Liberia, just because you put out one song and everybody is vibing to it, you have not arrived. You have to put in the work yourself.
Right.
You have to take charge of your work, your business, because that should be your business. Your music, if you really love the music, it should be your business. So therefore, your business, you should be in control, in charge. Whatever happening behind the scene, you need to be a part of every single thing for you to be able to succeed, though. Because if you just sit there, nobody ever going to value what you do more than you do. I don't care who the person can be. I don't care how much they can support you, because only you know where you want to be. Only you. No matter how you can explain it to somebody, only you know that. So I take charge of everything. I am a part of everything that go on behind the scenes. And all the costumes you see me, my dancers wear, everything is handmade by me. I sit there night and day and prepare all of that, and I enjoy doing those things, you know, so yeah.
Well, it's a passion for you, obviously.
Yeah.
So once something is passion for you, it's easy to do.
Yes.
You know, because you have been it's entrenched into your being as a person, as Miss Menneh. Well, you are here. Do you work as well? Do you do work? I mean, beside your...
Well, I used to, but like I said again, I have the mindset of building a strong foundation and building off of it. So when I moved to Minnesota, believe it or not, I used to work overnight at a group home and then come home and drive Uber all day. The reason being that I wanted to raise money to start up my clothing line and start up a business where I would not work for anybody anymore. I wanted what I do as a career to be able to sustain me and my family. So I put in the work. Once again, I put in the work. I went to work overnight, did my 8 hour, 12 hours, came home, drove all day for another maybe 8 or 12 hours, and then repeated the same the next day. Did that for 2 years straight. Why? Because I had a goal set that I wanted to reach. And after the 2 years, I established my clothing line, and now I can proudly say I'm home. I stay home. I work for myself. I take care of my family, both back home and here, out of what I do by staying home. And the future goal here is to just relax and make money without even doing anything. I want to be in a place where money works for me.
It becomes residual income.
Yeah, money works for me, and I don't have to work for money anymore.
Right.
But before you get there, you have to put in the work.
The work.
You know, and which I've laid up a strong foundation by the grace of God through my hard work. You know.
Success does not come easy.
No, it doesn't.
If you are lazy, laziness will sit with you.
Yeah.
And you have to be innovative. You have to be creative.
Yeah.
And then leave the rest with God.
Yeah.
So Ms. Menneh is here. I will ask you a very personal question. You don't have to answer it because I can't edit this anyway. Is Ms. Menneh married?
Well, no.
No, okay.
I'm not married.
All right, you have kids?
Not yet. Yes, I do have children.
You have children?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 beautiful daughters.
2 beautiful daughters. Are they singing too?
No, they are both artists though, but they do different kind of arts.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Just from the clear blue sky, Ms. Menneh, I just started following you. I've listened to your music, but because I was interested in interviewing you, then I started paying more attention to you. Have you had any award? Have you won any awards?
Yes, I have. So a few years ago, an organization called HAPA, the Hollywood and African Prestigious Award, they had reached out to me through Dr. Kimadis. They were looking for authentic African arts from different African countries. So based on the work that I do, they had reached out to me and they wanted me to perform at the award ceremony. So it was a big deal. We went to California and I did that performance. And then the following year, I was nominated and I got an award. And it meant a lot because this is an award show that celebrities from here are a part of. So me being from small Liberia, as you can see,
it was a big deal. It was a big deal for sure.
It still is a big deal. And I won the award. I also won an award from Sky TV award show, and then the Liberian Music Award, and also recently, though the one that made me cry, I was invited to go to Badu Festival, and I went there and did a performance.
Badu Festival, where did it take place?
It's in California, in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
So, to my utmost surprise, after the performance and everything, the city of Beverly Hills, the most talked about city in America, the city council recognized my work. They gave me a certificate of recognition signed by their mayor and the members of the city council. One thing do I always, I always give those awards back to Liberia, because everything I do, whether or not Liberians see it the way they're supposed to, I do it for Liberia. And I say one thing that people don't like to hear. I don't do what I do for Liberians. Does that make sense? I do it for Liberia. And let me just talk a little bit more about the struggle in Liberia. So when we got back, I just want to let them know that I didn't just get up one morning and became Miss Menneh.
Right.
I used to walk from Bong to Nima in the villages.
Oh my
Go
God.
buy pepper, snail, whatever I can find. But we will be releasing the first EP ever, Miss Menneh EP, July 1st.
Okay.
The EP is called True Feelings.
Do you want more of this content? Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification button. And hope to see you in my next video.